The door to the storage basement shouldn't have been unlocked. Suzzy knew that. But the cook had sent her down for extra rice, and now she stood frozen, staring at the man chained to the concrete wall. Blood streaked his white shirt. His head hung forward, dark hair falling across his face. Then he lifted his gaze, and something violent and inexplicable tore through her chest. His eyes held hers with an intensity that made her forget how to breathe. He didn't ask for help. Didn't beg. Just watched her like she was the first light he'd seen in days, like she was already his, and he was simply waiting for her to realize it. Welcome to Afro-Korean Soul Diaries. Please like, share, and subscribe. While working at the restaurant, Suzzy goes to the basement for supplies and finds JAE-WON chained and bloody. Despite his warnings to leave, she chooses to help him. She steals the manager's keys, returns to unlock his industrial chains, and helps the weakened stranger escape into the night. Days pass as Suzzy tries to return to her normal life, but she is haunted by the encounter. JAE-WON begins to reach out, first sending a high-end phone with his number saved, and then sending a luxury cashmere coat to her apartment, signaling that he is now watching over her. The courtship becomes public as massive arrangements of white orchids are delivered to the restaurant. JAE-WON stands outside the window in a sharp suit, making his presence and his power known to Suzzy and her coworkers for the first time since his rescue. The pair takes a long walk through the neon-lit streets of Seoul. JAE-WON is honest about his dark business empire and warns Suzzy that his world is dangerous, yet he admits he has no intention of letting her go. Tension at the restaurant peaks when a drunk customer, Marcus, becomes aggressive with Suzzy. JAE-WON intervenes with terrifying authority, physically threatening Marcus to protect her. He then removes Suzzy from the job, declaring she is now under his protection. Back on the city streets, the romantic tension between them finally breaks. JAE-WON admits his possessive need for her. After Suzzy initiates a small gesture of affection, JAE-WON pins her against a wall, and they share an intense, life-changing first kiss. Suzzy moves into JAE-WON's penthouse, experiencing the soft side of his life. However, this peace is disrupted when Minji, a woman from JAE-WON's past, visits and tries to convince Suzzy she is just a temporary obsession. JAE-WON later reassures Suzzy of his total devotion. JAE-WON's rivals make their move, ambushing Suzzy on a public street in an attempt to kidnap her. A violent struggle ensues near a black van until JAE-WON and his tactical team arrive, engaging in gunfire to save her from the abduction. Retreating in a luxury car, the couple deals with the trauma of the attack. Suzzy finally confesses her love through tears, and JAE-WON vows to burn down any world that threatens her. They seek refuge in a safe house where they grow even closer. With the immediate threats eliminated, JAE-WON takes Suzzy to a private high-rise dinner. He reflects on how she saved him in that basement and asks her to marry him, promising a future where she will never have to be brave alone again. The couple marries in a stunning, modern Seoul venue. It is a moment of pure joy and cultural union, symbolizing that Suzzy is no longer just a girl who found a man in a basement, but the wife of the most powerful man in the city. The story ends years later in their penthouse at sunset. A pregnant Suzzy and a contented JAE-WON look out over the city. They reflect on their journey from that bloody basement to their new life as parents, acknowledging that they saved each other.